4 years after Nashville's 1,000-year flood, there are still homes vacant from that unbelievable weather as well.
Fox 17's Roger Susanin is on this story, and he talked with some folks who live amidst constant reminders of what happened, of the massive flood live right now in Bordeaux. Roger, what did you learn?
Well, Scott, it's sad but true, but residents here in the Haynesworth Manor subdivision are used to living amidst teardowns like this one. It's amazing to think that, believe it or not, this is all that's left of a home in this neighborhood. But residents say the bottom line is life changed when the flood hit 4 years ago, and it may never be quite the same here.
If you lived in the Mid-State in 2010, you'll never forget the 1,000-year flood. 4 years later, the water has receded, but it's not hard to find evidence that the flood's impact is still here.
We know that they have gone somewhere else, but yet we were still stuck with the remnants.
It may not look like much, but believe it or not, every ugly gray cinder block and even every mildew-infested piece of plywood represents progress here.
We had a big raggedy house that was flood damaged.
The big raggedy empty house was finally torn down last week, and so this pile of junk represents hope here in the Haynesworth Manor subdivision in Bordeaux. The neighborhood was walloped during the flood 4 years ago.
At times, it seems like it was yesterday.
Tyrone Jolly lives 3 houses down from the rubble and around the corner from a smelly vacant house that's been unloved since the flood. Tyrone says his family and neighbors here just hope progress moves faster.
It really wasn't fair to us, and it wasn't fair to them either.
My house got it as well, and so I was out in the water moving stuff around and all kinds of stuff.
Tim Guilfoy's home also flooded 4 years ago. Now, as a cry-like realtor, he's reminded of what happened all the time when he talks with clients.
So there's just a lot more of that concern with buyers especially.
Guilfoyle says prospective home buyers have a right to know if a house is in a floodplain, and they should make sure to ask the right questions.
First of all, did it flood? And if it did, what was the extent of it? And what was the repairs? And what did they do to fix everything?
Now, the good news is all of this junk will eventually be cleared, and a contractor does plan to build a new home right on this lot. And by the way, if you're a homeowner that might have some of those questions that Tim Guilfoyle mentioned, there's a free resource to be able to get those answers that you need. We'll talk about that tonight at 10. Live in Bordeaux, Roger Susanin, Fox 17 News.